Start a credit repair biz even if you don't know much. And I know that may sound kind of bad. Well, maybe. But hopefully by the end of this video, you understand what I'm talking about. And I'm going to give you 2 ways to start a credit repair biz, even if you don't know much. And I'm going to base it on my own understanding and what I feel will give you the most value. And I'm also let you know what I think is going to be the best way for you to do it if you don't know much. What up? You got Mr. Smith, 0.5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk to you about starting a credit repair business, even if you don't know much. Why would you even want to do that? Well, as it relates to the credit repair industry, it's over, it's a multiple billion-dollar industry, and most people are affected by credit some way, shape, form, fashion. So that means there are a lot of people who can benefit from your services, and there's not enough people who actually understand the formula of credit to fulfill the need. There are a lot of people who are doing credit repair, but a lot of people don't understand what it takes in order to really serve the outside individual, serve the client. So in this video, I want to also empower you to get an understanding of how credit works, opposed to you just getting in business and not really being able to effectively deliver results. Because I know when I said start a credit biz, even if you don't know much, on the flip side, it might sound like you're doing a business without any knowledge and you're just doing it just for the sake of making money. That's not at all what I mean. Now, I know some people who operate like that, but that's not what I mean. However, I do want you to know the size of the industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Most people are affected by credit some way, shape, form, fashion. And it's not a lot of people who are able to deliver the results that they need. So that's where you come in at. In addition to that, it's over 100 million people who have bad credit. Over 40 million people who have an error on their credit. So if you look at the math in that, it's a ton of people who have bad credit, and a lot of them have bad credit or worse credit than they actually should. Why? Because if they have bad credit, statistically over 100 million, and over 40 million have an error on their report, then it's a good chance. And this is the extra 40. So the over 100 million have bad credit, but 40 million have errors on their report. So what that means is that it's a great chance that a person who has less than ideal credit has an error on their report that's making their score lower than it should be. You get what I'm saying? So if they understand that it's an error on their report, then their score actually could be higher if they got that thing removed. And the laws that govern the credit system basically say that you must be carrying accurate information. And a lot of times the bureaus aren't carrying accurate information. So what that does is gives you an upper hand and puts you in the position to make money off of the fact that it's 100 million people who have bad credit and they have an error on their report. And now you come in and solve that problem because you'll have the blueprint on how to get that error off their report. Once you listen all the way to the end of this video, like, subscribe if you have not already, and I got some good stuff for you. Now, in addition to that, I want you to understand this. I'm going to give you 2 ways to start your credit restoration company if you don't know much. Now, most people, when they think about starting a credit repair business, they're thinking about doing credit for people. They're mailing off letters or doing an outsourced model that allows people to mail off letters on your behalf. But if you don't know much, I wouldn't recommend that route. Reason being, you want to have a level of understanding before you just jump into mailing and doing disputes on the behalf of someone. You want to know something. So that wouldn't fit the description of even if you don't know much, because you should know something. I think it's only right. Now, however, the methods I'm about to give you may graduate you into one day knowing enough to actually take that route, as we did. Before we opened our credit restoration company, we were doing a model that allowed us to get an understanding of how credit works before we entered the marketplace and said, you know what, we want to restore credit on the behalf of other people, because we knew that we wanted to get a better understanding of credit and then go into that space. But we didn't even know we wanted to go into that space. What happened is there was a decent amount of people who didn't have time to fix their own credit. So they actually wanted to hire out for services. Now, one way that you can go into the credit restoration business, even if you don't know much, is by becoming an affiliate. And basically you refer someone to someone else in order to have them or that other person restore the credit for them. So you basically are the middleman. You have the person who you're referring, who you have the person who needs credit repair. You have you, And then you have the person who's going to be restoring the credit. If you connect them to each other, now you're able to make money in the middle because they'll pay you an affiliate fee or a referral fee. Now, there are companies that offer this. We actually pay referrals if someone recommends them to us. If we set up the agreement and, decide that we want to work with them and allow them to refer people to us, we do pay referral fees. There are also bigger companies that they built their whole business on individuals, affiliates, referring people to them. Now, the reason why that's one option is just because it is. You don't have to know much. You just have to be able to connect them to somebody who does know more about the credit game than you. But that's not my most recommended one for a couple of reasons. Because truth be told, in this day and age, people want to deal with people who can give them value on the front end before they decide to even spend money or do business. So you have to be able to, some way, shape, form, fashion, give them value, give them education, give them insight, give them knowledge of something, so they even feel comfortable enough to invest in spending with you or spending with somebody that you refer. So with that being said, if you're just a referral and you don't have any knowledge about the credit game, then, as far as the marketing standpoint, you either have to be great at the marketing and drawing people in to where you know how to paint a picture well enough that a person wants to spend, even if you didn't lead with any value, or you want to get educated enough to where you can lead with some value. And I'm not saying you have to know a lot. You just have to know some basic things that people don't know and be one chapter ahead of the individual. So now you position them to feel like, okay, this person knows enough. I would trust who they recommend or refer me to. So that's number one. The way that I recommend the most as it relates to you bettering your credit and positioning yourself to start a credit repair business is this. Because if you don't know much about credit, it's a good chance your credit may be less than ideal. It's a good chance that your credit may have some errors on it as well. It's a great chance that your credit may have some errors on it as well if you don't know much about credit. So what I recommend is getting access to a system that not only positions you from day one to start making money in the credit repair business space, but it also positions you to better your own credit. And in addition to you bettering your own credit, now you're automatically getting more educated and you're reaping the results of what you're referring other people to. Why is that important? Because it's great for you to understand the system that you're referring people to and have a firsthand experience versus just referring them to something that you haven't experienced yourself. In addition to that, you actually going through the process and learning the process positions you to better your own credit. And now you have a level of education that gives you the ability to put yourself out there, put information out there that's of value to people on the front end before they even get access to the system. That's a powerful place to be. Now, there's a system that is number one in the nation, helping thousands of people all across the nation get access to a blueprint, the formula, the secret sauce, in order to make sure that people are taking full control of their credit. Taking full control of their credit and making things happen. This system has allowed people to get, a couple $100,000 worth of collections deleted in the areas of student loans, medical collections, foreclosures, repos, you name it. It has done that job. In addition to it, you'll be able to use the system and learn the credit game, but you'll be able to refer it to others and make money. And all they have to do is just plug into the system. It does position the individual to learn how to do their own credit. So you'll get access and they'll get access to all of the letters that they need in order to make sure that they're taking their credit in the right direction. All of the education that they need in order to make sure that they follow the exact steps of what it takes to properly restore credit. See, it's one thing to have letters. Anybody can get access to letters. Anybody can get access to mailing the letters or whatever the case may be. But if you don't know the formula and what all goes into bettering the credit and the exact steps that need to be taken in order to better the credit, then guess what? You not only wasted a bit of time, you may get feel as though, you may get discouraged due to the fact that it didn't reap the results that you thought it would. Well, we give you the secret sauce on how to go about it, why you should go about it that way, and what to expect by getting it done the way that we recommend. So if you want to go into a credit business and you don't know much, I highly recommend you get access to our system. It is a membership. The membership allows you to not only understand finances, but get a step-by-step blueprint and formula, secret sauce to how credit works. And from day one of you getting access to the system, you can start using it for yourself. And from day one, you can start sharing it with other people. and making weekly income as well as residual income. Because as other people get access to the membership and they're paying for it monthly, then you'll be rewarded as well. You'll get upfront money as well as override money and residual income every month they pay for the membership. Now, why would somebody hold on to a membership if they just want to get their credit repaired? Is that may be a question that you're asking. You may be thinking, well, it's only going to last for so long. They're going to get rid of the membership once they get their credit repaired if the system actually works. And that could be true. For some people, they may not keep the membership. There's no obligation, no contracts, none of that. However, because it's a full financial success membership, not only will it help them better their credit, it teaches them areas of how to get more of their cash flow flowing back into their pockets, keep more of their cash flow, and grow and multiply their cash flow in the form of investing, etc. So it's a loaded system that teaches you how to go from, struggling to debt free to financially free to possibly even early retirement. So that system also includes the DIY credit system. So they may want to stick around if they really want to build a solid foundation and build wealth. So with that being said, if you want access to the membership that we recommend that can put you in the credit business game ASAP and put you in a position to start earning income as soon as next week, then I highly recommend you click the available link, get access to the membership, less than the cost of a family meal, and you'll be grateful that you did, because not only will you learn the game and be able to start the credit business for others, but you'll be able to empower yourself. And that's what it all starts with, self-empowerment. And think about who else benefits when you take full control of your credit, when you get an understanding of how credit works. You may have kids that may benefit. You may have siblings, parents, friends, or people that you haven't even met yet who will benefit from you changing the game and getting access to this type of information. That's all I got for this brief video. I look forward to welcoming you in on the inside. Click the available link below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Salute.